you tired of posting to social media and getting zero real estate leads? If yes, then you, my friend, have come to the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to build an online real estate lead generation strategy using YouTube and Flodesk. The whole premise of this online lead generation strategy is to simply build and create an email list. But there are a series of events that need to be conducted in order for this to be an effective and efficient process. Now I'm going to walk you through my 3-step kind of funnel per se and share with you some tools and templates that I sell on Etsy to hopefully help you fast track and supercharge your online lead generation strategy. So let's head into my iPad. So the first step of this funnel really is the fact that we need to create attention. And we are going to be doing that via YouTube, specifically long form video content. And the reason why I love YouTube is because it is a search engine. So what we want to do is create evergreen videos. Really, these are videos that your ideal clients are searching for. So regardless of the time of year, seasons, or the trends, these are going to be the knockout questions that I'm sure people are going to be typing into either Google or YouTube. So hopefully, if you optimize your YouTube videos well, your videos will show up in response to the inquiry of your future real estate client. Now, the second step of this is your CTA. The CTA stands for call to action. So really, in your video, you want to have both a verbal and visual call to action to engage your ideal client. So really here, you want to determine the kind of freebie. So we want to create value or a resource in exchange for that viewer's email. Hence, which is why we need to build an email list. So you want to determine your freebie or your lead magnet. This can be depending on the video and depending on the type of audience or depending on the ideal client that you are trying to convert. This can be a buyer's guide, a seller's guide, a relocation guide, something of value. So if you're doing, let's say, a video for sellers, how to sell your home without a real estate agent, you can plug your seller's guide. Now, in order for us to basically be able to deliver that value, we need to create a lead magnet. And to do that, we inevitably need a system. And this system is going to be Flodesk, my personal favorite because I use it myself for all of my freebies. So in this case, there are going to be certain steps that you need to follow in order to create a proper lead magnet. So we need to create a landing page, and then from that landing page, we need to create an email trigger. So this is my chance to plug my 50% off Flodesk code because I am now a Flodesk partner. So if you have yet to find a comprehensive email campaign platform, then I highly recommend Flodesk. And as a Flodesk partner, using my code, you can try Flodesk for 30 days free and also get 50% off your first year with Flodesk, which is a total steal. So scan that code on screen or find a link in the description box down below. Now on to the tools that I want to share with you in regards to helping you supercharge this content machine. Currently, one of my top templates on my Etsy shop is actually my YouTube thumbnails, which look like this. So this actually comes in 5 different colors, but if you want to see the live demo, you can simply scan this QR code here. But this is essentially 30 real estate YouTube templates. So essentially you put your own images in here and you put your face on there and you call it a day. In addition to these thumbnail templates, I also have a spreadsheet of the actual video titles and also the video concept, essentially the outline, and also the YouTube video description that you can simply quite literally copy and paste into your YouTube description, and alternative SEO titles. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. Sometimes you want to play around with your wording or your keywords in your titles to see what is going to be triggered in the algorithm. So that's the first template I have to share with you. The second one is going to be a Notion dashboard. This is the real estate agent hub, and the reason why this one is so great is because it comes with my content creation dashboard, which I also sell separately. It looks like this. If you just want to buy the content creation hub itself, you simply can, but my top Notion template is the all-in-one real estate agent template here. So if you want to see a live demo, you can scan either of these codes to see it for yourself. So I highly recommend it because I use this board myself. And I'm going to show you really quickly my Notion board for my content, specifically my YouTube content. So as you see here, these are all my videos that I've posted throughout my entire career on YouTube. And if I go and click this card open, you can see here that this is where I flesh out the video concept, the idea. So I have, keyword loaded titles, so different variations. I describe what I want my visuals to look like. And then I have right here the video flow, so the talking outline. So I break down it into bullet points or a sequence of bullet points so I know how to film my video in a very efficient and effective manner. And I spend most of my time here in the SEO area. So this is for when you are ready to post your video to YouTube. I have my video description. I have a checklist, a sequence of events that I need to do in order to make sure that my video is well optimized. And further down here, I have copy for distribution. So again, if you have an email list, this is where you want to create the copy for your email, so then you can just quickly copy and paste from your Notion dashboard to Flodesk. So this is how I make sure that I'm consistent with my YouTube content and I don't go crazy. So that is all within this Notion board here, just in case you want to, again, supercharge and fast track your content creation journey. Now, in addition to this particular template, if we go back to my iPad, as you see here, we have CTA right here. And again, that's your call to action. So in my videos, I have call to action pop-ups that look like this. So if you actually scan this code here and you sign up for my email newsletter, you can get 20% off your Etsy purchase. So see, call to action, and it's a visual and verbal cue. Now going back to my computer screen here, and if I go into this tab, I actually have another YouTube template. This is called the lower third or call to actions, but I basically just created these simple graphics on Canva. As you can see here, quite small. You can see I have a name tag, I have my subscribe, I have a context footer, and one of my favorite, I guess you could say, call to actions would be the QR code ones down here. And so the QR code ones I find tend to be a lot more converting because people like to scan stuff, and it's that verbal cue and that visual cue, and it just makes for a very, I guess you could say, engaging YouTube video when you have things popping on screen in order to convert that viewer to do something. So that is personally how I am building my email list. But those are just a few templates on my Etsy shop that might help you in regards to building out this content funnel. So definitely check out my Etsy shop, link in the description box down below, and I'll also be sure to link these specific templates that I shared on screen with you in the description box down below. So now let's head into Flodesk, where I'm actually going to show you how to create the actual system so then you can deliver the value. Let's go. So the real magic of converting your YouTube viewers to real estate clients is going to be in your systems. So here we are using Flodesk. So if you're not using Flodesk, I highly recommend it. And as a Flodesk partner, you can try Flodesk for 30 days free and get 50% off your first year using my code here. You can also find that in the description box down below. So first things first, you want to start off in audience here, and you want to go and click segments, and then we're going to hit new segment. So I'm just going to name this seller guide. So all we're really doing is creating a label essentially. And then we're going to go in and go to the forms up here. And you want to go and click on new form. So there are a couple different types of forms you can use. Typically, I have been enjoying the full page form types, but one that I also recommend is going to be the video form type. So this is going to be great because you are able to embed your actual YouTube video onto here, which is great because it allows context as to what the user is opting into. So I'm going to go ahead and customize this first one. As you see here, we need to choose our segment, which is the seller guide test we just created. Go ahead and click OK. And now once you hit on this box here, this media box, it's going to open up on the right hand side the area where you can insert your URL. So I'm gonna go and grab a YouTube video here. This is a super old real estate video from 2022. Go back into Flodesk and we're just gonna paste that in here. And the nice thing is it will actually pull your thumbnail. One thing I like to do is actually make the play button red, so it signifies that it is indeed a YouTube playable video. So I'm just gonna make the play button there accordingly. And as you scroll down here, you can obviously change around the color, the background, the text, the fonts. Now, one thing I would suggest is to keep your copy short and sweet. We don't want it to be too much going on because we want it to be a very direct call to action. So one thing I would suggest is to click on this box here and add an additional field, and that's going to be the first name here. I would absolutely require this, and I would just push that up. You can also ask for last name if you want to, but I think first name is sufficient. We're just trying to make friends here. So you can also change the font and the style of the box. You can do a kind of square look, sharp square, rounded, the pill style, whatever you like to do, whatever is fit for your brand here. You can change the button fill color down here as well. You can also change the text. If you put your cursor here, you can put an exclamation mark, download it now, or just download, something like that. Here for the text, you can obviously put in, again, your call to action or a slogan that you have. So smart move starts here. My free seller's guide, like that. And obviously, again, you can change the font and the size, and that is pretty much sufficient. Again, you can change the colors if you would like. Now from here, I would go up to settings, and this is where you can put on some different things. So here we have a double opt-in feature that you can toggle on. I usually keep that off. For me, I like to turn off the notifications because sometimes it gets a little bit annoying when you get a lot of opt-ins, so I keep that off. And for here, we have the link where you can actually change the slug out. So if you hit this edit button, you can change the everything after that backslash, so you can make it look nice. So seller's guide. Then if you go over here to link preview, this is where you can add more SEO, so search engine optimization. You can add in an image, which I recommend. It could be of yourself, it could be of your guide, add in a title, add in a description, but I'm going to save you the time. So I'm going to exit out of here. And finally, we're going to go up to the share button here. And this right here is going to be, did I save this here? I didn't save it. Okay, hold on. Let me. Seller guide. Hit save. Okay, it's been updated, link updated. Now, if we go to share, we should see that it is changed. So at this point, this is the link that you want to be sharing under your YouTube videos, in your pinned comments of your YouTube videos, on your link tree, on social media. This is going to be your call to action. This is the link that you want people to click. So if I go ahead and open up a new tab here, paste in that link, this is what the landing page should look like, and all we're asking for is the name and email. And if they click on this, it will actually play on the form here, which is really fun. Now at this point, what we need to do is go back into Flodesk to actually create the mechanism behind this form. So once people put in their name and email address, we have to make sure that an email is triggered out. So let's go back into the main page of Flodesk. Sorry for the interruption. Let me drop this introduction. I sell Canva 10% on Etsy for my real estate agent besties. Scan this code here to shop, or scan this code here to learn how you can get all of my templates for free. As always, links are in the description box down below. Like and subscribe for the good vibes, and let's get back to the video. So once we have successfully created our Flodesk form, you want to go over and go to workflows. From here, you want to go to new workflow, and what we are creating is essentially a trigger of events. Typically, I just like to start mine from scratch because it's just simple and easy and it doesn't confuse me. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now, the first step is to add the trigger. So this is what we are going to put the segment that we created. So this is going to be the seller guide test. So essentially what we're saying to Flodesk is that when someone is added to this segment, so when somebody has filled out our Flodesk form, this one here, they will be added to this segment name. And what do we want to happen? Immediately, I want an email to be triggered out, so I'm going to hit that plus button and then just hit email. From here, you can duplicate an existing email you have in Flodesk or create a new one. For the sake of this tutorial and time, I'm just going to duplicate an existing email that I have. I'm going to search for freebie here. And let's just go ahead and make a copy of this one. And you can go in here and hit edit. And this is where you can make your email. So if I hover my mouse over these blocks, you can see that it's highlighting the makeup of this particular email. So anywhere you see a plus button, you can just click on it and then you should see the blocks that you're able to make up your email. So really the important step here is making sure that you have a button which is going to be linked to access your real estate guide. So in this case, I have made my real estate guides on Canva, and what I recommend you to do is the same, because when you share your guides, you can actually share it as a view only link. So this is actually a template I sell on my Etsy shop. So if you would like to shop them, thank you very much. You can scan this code here to get 20% off. But point is, if you go up to the share button and you go to see all, you should see in this share area, this public view only link. Right now I have it live because I created a link, but essentially if you click on that, it should create a public view link. And the nice thing about this is when you do that, you can actually see analytics of who is viewing, who has viewed your guide. And plus, if you make, let's say, different changes to your real estate guide here, all of the changes will be reflected because it's a URL link. So it will all be updated and synced across, rather than if you were to download this as a PDF and put it into a Dropbox or Google Drive. If you made changes, obviously the changes would not be synced, right? So this is why I recommend creating your guides in Canva. Go ahead and grab that public view only link. And if you copy the link here, let's say we put this into a new tab here. Let me just show you what it looks like. This is what the guide would look like. And if you had any links on here, anything that is clickable, they can actually click on it. But I don't think I hyperlinked anything in this case. But as you can see here, they can flip through all of the pages just like that. And again, if you made changes to your guides, all of the changes will be reflected. So I'm going to go back into Flodesk here. And what I'm doing is going to click on that button. And if you go over to, let's see here, the link here, this is where you would paste in that link. And obviously you can change the text here to say download guide, or let's say in this case, view guide, just like that. And then obviously you want to make sure this looks nice and you have relevant text and information, but really the point is to make sure that you have a hyperlinked button with a view only link of your real estate guide. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish it at that. And then from here, you want to choose your sender and then the subject line. Now in this case, let's say this wasn't there. Let's say this was an empty line here. You can put in an emoji if you like. You can find one, house. And then what I typically like to do is actually put the user's first name in there, so it kind of grabs their attention in the subject line. So what you can usually do is just go, I always like to say hi or hello, hi. And if you use the @ symbol, you can then personalize it and grab their first name. But let's say if you didn't have their first name, you can just say hi friend or my friend. Keep it friendly. And then you can say, here is your seller's guide. Or you can make it something snazzy, something cute, but you get the idea for the subject line. Again, you can also put a preview text in here as well. And if you scroll down here on this panel here, you can obviously add in more steps. So you could leave this as just simple, the segment and the email that is triggered, or you can also add in additional emails. So let's say a couple of days later, maybe a day or maybe 3 days later, you can send out another email just thanking them for downloading your guide, or you can prompt them to, let's say, book a call with you if they have any questions. So you can get really creative with this, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to keep it really simple as just that. Now, the next important thing here is to just go ahead and hit publish and hit publish now. So there you go. At this point, what I would do is refresh this page here, your form. This is your form, and I would test this out yourself so that you will get the email triggered to you, just to make sure that the email does look good and that everything is clickable and goes where it needs to go. Once you start to build up your email list organically and authentically, you want to continue to nurture this list via an email newsletter, whether that be weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly. And I show you exactly how to do that in this video right over here. So if you're ready, get ready to click in 3, 2, 1.